Hello everybody and Merry Christmas! Now I was going to do this on Christmas, but because it being Christmas I was a bit busy, so it's going to have to come out today. So I did mention in my last video this is going to be a Christmas special, and it kind of is, because today I am going to review the single by Theocracy called Wynter Fever, which is actually a Christmas song. And it's 10 minutes and 29 seconds, so it's a very long song, and it's something I really like. I listen to this sometimes in the summer, and I definitely listen to it on Christmas because it is a brilliant song. Now, the reason why it's 10 minutes 29 is because this is actually a concept song. So this tells a story, and you've got two characters in that story on the cover that you are seeing now. You have the male and the snow girl, and they are characters in this narrative. And the song has chapter times. I don't have that, but they are chapter times, like the song Jesus of Suburbia by Green Day, how that changes into different chapters, and with each chapter there's a whole new theme, sound, and everything around it, as well as chorus and stuff. And that's kind of the same thing here. As the chapters keep changing, so does the sound and the play and all of that. So the song basically starts out immediately with vocals and all, basically telling you the main protagonist, who is Festive Claus, the son of Santa. So he just comes out saying, "I am Festus Claus, the son of Santa," so he basically wraps that up immediately. And then is basically given the whole premise of the song, which is he is in love with this snow girl, and he wants to be with her. But Santa kind of does not like this. He's trying to basically put an end to it. So as this is vocally being sung, so obviously the lead singer is singing as the main character. It's not basically singing about the person, he is being the person, and he sings as the character. His actual voice that he uses for the band Theocracy is the voice he uses for the main protagonist. And as for Santa Claus, he has a whole different voice for him. So he does voices to convey these different characters in this story. So as Festive Claus is talking about who he is, and he's the son of Santa, and he loves this snow girl, and wants to be with her and everything. It's been sung in the typical way and everything, and then Santa comes in with a bit more of a brooding, bellowing voice, probably for the belly and everything. He's a big man, so he puts up a bit more of a beefy, stronger, deep voice and everything for Santa. And as I mentioned, Santa is basically saying, I forbid this, she won't survive to changing weather. So look, you need to realise that when it turns into summer, she will die. She's not going to last the changing weather. And he's basically saying, I don't care about this, I want to be with her. And Santa is just putting his foot down, saying, look, if you do this, I'm going to cancel Christmas. That'll be it, I'll shut the thing down. So as that happens, you start getting a band play into the next part of the song, which is Festive Claus talking about what Santa has just gone and done. Now this is kind of played musically without guitars, but a lot of kind of bass and drums, as well as Festive Claus singing in the normal voice of the lead singer Matt. And he's basically saying something's wrong here, the city's angry, because it's Christmas Eve, but life is going on, it's just business. There is nothing Christmas out, there is no snow, there is no Christmas shopping, there is no lights, there is nothing. It's a day like any other, just in winter. And that is basically it. It's been white, like Christmas never has ever existed. Everyone is just going about their day. And Festive is just kind of explaining how they're going about their day and everything. Then you get the kind of main, I shall say, chorus, because there's a lot of chapters, therefore they kind of can't do the chorus, but you do get the chorus, which is got the guitars back and everything, and he's singing "Kiss Me Under the Mistletoe will break the spell of Father Christmas," and the chorus is just, it's kind of cheesy. Like, the whole concept of this is cheesy, but that play after he's talking with Santa and everything, leading to the verse, is kind of like a brooding metal vibe. And then it's like deep and depressing style because Christmas has been removed, and now the chorus is all very cheerful and all about true love breaks the evil spell and everything. And it just sounds Christmassy. It's very, very cheerful. It's very uplifting. It's a little cheesy, but the song always remains metal. It has its kind of deep moments. It has its kind of near death metal-ish kind of guitar tones. And then at other times there's really cheesy lyrics with some deep vocals, and he does an aggressive scream at one point in the song. And then you get the really uplifting chorus and everything. But basically after you're done with the first chorus, which the whole band come in, and it's very uplifting, it's very bright, it's musically just extremely cheerful, like what you expect of a typical Christmas song. But then after that you get back to the verse, which kind of just follows in line with the verse that just came. And after that you get back to the same chorus, and then after that is when you get the kind of conflict between Festus Claus and Santa, where he's basically, Santa's saying stay away from that little hoe, but he does hoe in the kind of Santa way. I'll leave it to you to figure out how he changes calling her a hoe for a Santa version of how to call someone a hoe. Or you can just listen to the song to figure it out, because it's quite funny. But he calls her a hoe and everything, and then Festus Claus is just saying, "Dad, I just love her, why can't you just accept it? You hate the people of the snow." He's saying that's a lie. Then Festus is saying how he's a bit of a drunk and everything, and then Santa's saying, "No, that is just wrong. That was took way out of concept what happened that day." And then Festus is just saying, "Come on, quit it. Just admit that we are going out and just accept it." And then you start getting Santa getting a bit more kind of brooding, and he actually turns to the Snow Woman. The Snow Woman doesn't actually speak at all in the song. She's a mute. So Santa kind of turns to her and is basically giving her a threat. And then Festus is then saying, "You better stay away from her, because I ain't gonna quit it. Run, Winter, run away. We gotta make it to the sleigh, because Santa is basically near enough gonna kill her." So then you get the really brutal death metal kind of part, and with bits of solo and everything, as she's running, because it's going "Run, Winter, run, Winter, run." Then it gets a really quick guitar playthrough. It's a really fast, intense solo to kind of give the impression of what is going on. She is running for her life. It's crazy, it's mad, it's intense, and the solo conveys that. Then it stops for a bit for Festus just to say, "Hold on, what are you doing with that hairdryer?" Then he does that kind of scream as kind of wailing like she's screaming as she melts away. Then there's another quick solo, which is just a kind of darker quick solo, just to show that Santa is basically killing someone with a hairdryer. And it's cheesy, but man is it fun as well as funny. And obviously you got the really aggressive guitar tones and the really fast solo, so it is metal, but it is pretty cheesy. And it is kind of Christmas as well. It's really weird how they do it, how it can be very uplifting, typical Christmas stuff, and then very cheesy, as well as pretty aggressive metal. It's really special how they made this song. After the solo and everything, you get piano, as well as simple drums, as he kind of just sings about how he couldn't stop his father with his hairdryer, which is a very silly line, but that's the reason why I personally like it. So he gets kind of sad. Then it goes to the next chapter, which is Festive Claus being in a bar, drinking. Now this, we got some kind of fat bass and everything, going along, and he's singing in a very kind of jazzy kind of way, just as he's drunk and everything, drunk on eggnog of all things, but he's being drunk and everything and drinking his woes away, saying winter's gone, so he's basically given up and everything. But an elf comes and talks to him, explaining how he can basically bring her back, and then true love will break the spell and everything. So if you truly love her, you'll be able to basically get her back and save Christmas for everyone. But this is the only problem I kind of have with the song. The elf is so quiet, you cannot hear him. The only way to hear him is just to have lyrics on the screen. It is impossible to hear him otherwise. He's just so quiet and muffled, you can't hear him. The guitar does play here while he's going along, so you do get that. So, yeah, the guitar's basically just doing the bluesy jazz kind of thing in the bar and everything, as the elf is explaining this. And then the elf gets kind of louder. He does kind of sound a bit like a festive Claus, so you can kind of mistake that, but no, it is still the elf doing the narrative. Basically just saying you need to go get your snow girl. And then he does go to the snow girl, and festive then takes over, basically just saying, I'm sorry, I've missed you so. And then he just puts her in a glass with her sticks for arms and her carrot in a glass, and he'll just carry her around, and then when it comes round to another winter, basically she will return, because he'll basically put her back into another snow body, and she will, be back. But that's the thing, he basically says, I love you so much that I can go the summer without you. I can wait for you. So he will wait until every single winter to be with his one true love, which is the snow girl. And because that is the true love and everything, because he fought for her, and he's willing to wait and put up this sacrifice for her, and it doesn't even bother him, it breaks the spell. And that saves Christmas. So that is basically the narrative. Now, there is a kind of music video which is hand-drawn of the characters, so they look like this on the album cover you're seeing right now, and the pictures, they're not moving pictures like Pokemon or some kind of thing like that, flipbook type of style. It's just stills and everything, but they keep kind of changing it to kind of show emotions and what's happening and everything. You can also get the music video with the lyrics on the screen at the same time, which is pretty nice and probably the best way to go about it, because then you'll be able to actually understand a few things, because his voice can go quite high and go at a certain speeds that it can be tricky. I've heard it so much I basically can hear everything he does. Apart from that elf part, you'll definitely need it for that part. So, yeah, you get the video with it, and it's just a lot of fun. A 10-minute song with so many different parts and changes to it, and a chorus which is extremely uplifting, cheerful, and Christmassy, and you get the very fast, aggressive solos, then you've got the nice singing for festive, then you've got the kind of really dark, brooding voice of Santa, and then you've got the bluesy jazz pub part, and then you've got the conflict fight between all of them, and you got some comedic elements to it, then you got some dark elements to it. There's so much in the song. It's a lot of fun. It is kind of cheesy, though, I will say. And that's the thing with wrapping it up. I accept the cheesiness. I like it. But I can understand people may really hate this, because it is very cheesy and it's really silly. And they may just say, well, I like metal, I want metal to be all proper and good and everything. And it's great singing. I think the lyrics are pretty special. The playing is pretty incredible as well. So, it is a really good metal song. But it is just a bit of fun. And I accept that, but some people won't be able to. So with this song, Winter Fever, I think it's a thing of, I don't think people will be in the middle. I think you're either going to really love it because how special it is, or you're gonna just hate it because it's just a bit ridiculous. If you can't, get past the fact that this is a Christmas story of an evil Santa who kills a snow woman, and Festive Claus wants to love her and everything, and then take Christmas away and all that real cheesiness, and it has elves in it. But overall, I will give this a 9.5 out of 10, which is extremely high, but it's high because there is so much changes, and the songs always progress to different places. I've got bluesy, jazzy stuff, I've got the bluesy guitar tone, I've got the intense first solo, then the very dark, brooding second solo that comes after that. I've got the main vocalist who has a great voice, and then I've got the Santa Claus voice, which is very kind of deep and everything, and I've never heard Matt sing in that kind of tone before, ever, so this is the only place I've actually seen him use it, which is kind of special. You get some great plays, you get great changes, you get a great uplifting chorus, but then at other times some pretty dark stuff, and then some pretty mid-range kind of elements and everything. The only reason I don't go to 10 is basically just that elf part, because the volume is just so atrociously low. And that was high, so I could actually hear it. I would just give it a 10 out of 10. Because it's a really fun song, and you can't really complain that a song shouldn't be fun. Well, it's a little ridiculous. It's great to listen to a song and have fun with it. It has the talent there with solos and great vocals, so that's kind of there. It doesn't kind of get boring and stale and repetitive because it's constantly changing. This part right here is piano, and we're 6 minutes in and we've never had a piano, and all of a sudden now there's a piano. And this is the thing, you get so many changes, and then after here you get the bluesy stuff that is just kind of out of nowhere. There's so many changes. It's a great story, I think. I think it's really well written and a load of fun. So, as I said, 9.5. I think it's a really fun song with a lot going on. And that's what I gotta say. There are times when the vocalist does a great run through where there's a part when he's having an argument with Santa where he's saying, "Come on, quit it, just admit it." And with the music going at quite a deep, fast pace and everything, and his voice kind of flowing over the top of it, it's such a nice flow and everything, and his voice sounds so fluid. It's a great kind of thing that is just going on. It sounds really nice. And then again, the solo is really nice, and then Santa's voice is kind of cool because I haven't heard it from Matt before. It's a song you should definitely check out. But as I said, some people are probably going to hate it, and then some people will probably love it. I'm not sure if people will be kind of in the middle, because I think it's just one or the other for the majority of people. So that is basically my Christmas special for a metal Christmas song for all you metalheads out there who don't really have anything to really listen to that is really Christmassy and kind of remains metal at the same time. So I hope you enjoy this, and I hope it gives you metalheads something to actually listen to and have a lot of fun with on Christmas. And if that's the case, then that's what means the most to me, just sharing this with people. So I hope you have a good Christmas, well, had a good Christmas. I'll wish you all a Happy New Year. I can do that at least. And I hope you can now get enjoyment from a good old Christmas song. And if not, then I'm sorry, but at least I tried. That's all I can do. So, thanks for watching and staying with me. And wishing you a Happy New Year. I'll see you then. Bye.